Hello and welcome to Topical Tuesday. I'm Tshering Wangmo with the edition. This episode takes a look at zebra crossing rules in Thimphu, so stay with me for the in-depth. By October this year, even pedestrians will be penalized for not using the zebra crossings in Thimphu. Pedestrians will have to pay a fine of 550 for not using the zebra crossings. Until today, only motorists have been penalized 700 for not following the zebra crossing rule. To talk more on the rules of safety of pedestrians, I have the Chief Transport Officer of RST, Karma Bimba, and later I will also be talking to Lieutenant Colonel Namge of Traffic Police Division. But first, let me bring in the Chief Transport Officer of RST, Karma Bimba, on why there is a need to come up with zebra crossing rules in Thimphu.
The zebra crossing rule, it has been there in the Road Safety and Transport Act and the Road Safety and Transport Regulations 1999. Yes. It has been there in the rule, and implementation has also been done in the past, yes, but not as strong as recently. Mm-hmm. Requirement of zebra crossing rule is there in every transport rule, yes, internationally, mm-hmm, and for Bhutan there is no exception. If there are no rules, what happens is people do not know who has got the right, yes, whether it is the vehicles or whether it is the pedestrians. Mm-hmm. So there is some confusion. Yes. So when we have rules in place, mm-hmm, then it's clearer for us, clearer for the implementers and as well as the road users. Yes. That is why it is essential to have rules.
Such rules have been implemented in full swing for almost a year now. So how effective is this rule?
As far as we are concerned, that we have started with Thimphu because what we have observed is that Thimphu has the maximum number of vehicles, mm-hmm, and of course the maximum population, mm-hmm, amongst all the cities in the country. Mm-hmm. To start with, we said we'll start with Thimphu. Yes. The rule has been effective so far. So far, role of traffic police and RST towards the implementation of zebra crossing rule is that we said we would first start with sensitization, yes, to make people aware about the rules now. Mm-hmm. Because the rule is there for quite some time. People are not aware about such rules now. Yes. That is why we said we should first sensitize the people, say. And the sensitization phase has been, I think, very effective, because when we compare statistics, particularly with regard to pedestrian accidents, yes, when you compare for the past 3 years, say, mm-hmm, 2013, 14 and 15, in 2013, total pedestrian accidents in Thimphu, with regard to students, it was 29. Other pedestrians, it was 50 cases. No? Mm-hmm. In 2014, student pedestrian accident of 11 numbers. Yeah. Other pedestrians, it was 39. And comparatively, in 2015, when we look at the figures, student pedestrian accident was only 9, and other pedestrians was 14. So there was a drastic reduction in pedestrian accidents. Yes. When we say pedestrian accidents, it's not so serious accidents, only minor accidents, not just slight. Yes. Because in the towns, the speed limit is normally very low. Maximum is 30 kilometers per hour. Because of the traffic congestion and many vehicles, mm-hmm, it's difficult for drivers to drive at fast speed. Yes. So that is why the speed is automatically controlled. So when there is a pedestrian accident, mm-hmm, in the towns, the severity of the casualties or injuries is, mm-hmm, not that severe. Mm-hmm. It's not so severe.
Yes. When it comes to zebra crossing rules, who should be given the preference, the pedestrian or the motorist? Is there any specific rule in that?
There are rules. Mm-hmm. If you think logically, mm-hmm, the vehicles came after human beings, so human beings should be given the first choice, and the logical answer should be that the humans have to be given the first choice. In every rule, I think it is the pedestrians, mm-hmm, who has the rights. The rules say that if you find a pedestrian crossing within 20 meters from the spot where you are standing, mm-hmm, so you have to use that pedestrian crossing. Yes. That is the rule. Okay. And in Thimphu, I don't know, with good intentions, the Thomde and the traffic police, they have tried to mark, so many pedestrian crossings, across the city. Mm-hmm. But our observation was that there are too many of the pedestrian crossings. Yes. Marked. Mm-hmm. And this was done in a very hurried manner. It was rushed. It was done within 2 or 3 days. For us, As a transport authority, what was required was that there was a proper need of study, and then find out spots which are used by the people maximum. And if we have done that, then we would not have come out with so many pedestrian crossings in the cities. Now, because of this pedestrian crossings, it's causing problem to the smooth flow of traffic. That is why we have a committee called the Road Safety and Traffic Coordination Committee, in which the RSTA, the traffic police, and the Chomde officials are involved. So what we are trying to do is now we are trying to verify the actual requirement of the pedestrian crossings, and we might decide to do away with some pedestrian crossings which are not required, so that we could ensure a smooth flow of traffic. So that is there.
Did RSTA provide any awareness program for the public on these traffic rules?
We provide awareness programs conducted for the drivers and the general public. That is done every year. We also provide awareness programs through media, like the BBS. In the past, we have done some video clips in which we have shown the pedestrian crossing rules. We have also done some animated video clips in which also we have focused on pedestrian crossing rules and other important rules that are applicable, especially in congested cities.
So did you face any challenges when you provide such awareness programs to the public?
There are no challenges except that the awareness programs we provide are has to be done through, especially through the media, BBS television, and even through print media.
Yes.
And in Bhutan, as you know, media is not that cheap, so it's quite expensive. And we have limited budget. So that is one challenge we are facing. Every year we have been requesting the government for additional funds to create more awareness. Because what we believe is that through awareness, people get to know the rules properly. And when people are aware about the rules, they tend to follow. So when they do not know the rule, so that is the problem. So that is why awareness is a must. So we have been focusing on awareness as well as enforcement. But with regard to enforcement, it is the traffic police which normally is responsible for enforcement. That is why all enforcement related issues are done by the traffic police.
Pedestrian safety measures like zebra crossing rules has been implemented in Thimphu since last October and monitored by traffic police on a daily basis. According to Lieutenant Colonel Namge of Traffic Police Division, the zebra crossing rules has been helpful in smooth flow of traffic and for the safety of pedestrians over the period.
So last November we have introduced this zebra system. So over the period, things have improved. Now people, especially in Thimphu, they have started using zebra crossing. At the same time, we have been raising awareness to the drivers as well as to the pedestrians in the court town, Thimphu.
So in total, how many zebra crossings are there, especially in Thimphu?
Yes, in Thimphu we have total of 6 zebra crossings. That is including from express, 11 zebra crossings on the express road. Then in the court town, altogether in totality, we have 6 zebra crossings.
And sir, with increasing number of vehicles, it's very difficult for the pedestrian to cross the road on the zebra crossing. So how do you advise them to cross the road?
If there is a pedestrian crossing, there's zebra crossing in the contest. In the court town, they have to, actually we advise them to use the zebra crossing. That's the only the way path to cross the road. If there's no zebra crossing, pedestrians should look either left or right to see if there's any vehicle coming from the either direction. Okay, if there's no zebra crossing and if there's no vehicle coming on from the opposite direction, then they can cross the road. But if there's a zebra crossing within 20 meters of the road, they should use the zebra crossing.
Yes. So what about the drivers? Do they have any rules and regulation when it comes to zebra crossing?
Yes, for drivers, when they approach the zebra crossing, they should slow down. They should see for other pedestrians whether there are people intending to cross the road. If they have to slow down, they have to stop, they have to give the right of way to the pedestrian to cross the road.
So first preference is always given
yes,
to pedestrians?
Yes, very much.
So is there any rules for the zebra crossing as such?
There are about 3 sections if you look at the RST rules and regulation. If I'm a pedestrian, I have to cross the road as fast as possible. Now, if you look at the town, they casually walk. Some even no students, they remain they stand on the road, they gossip, they talk, they chat with their friends. Actually, by rule, they are supposed to cross the road, and in the shortest manner.
So when it comes to traffic rules, what are the awareness programs that you have been carrying on?
Yes, we have done enough. For zebra crossing also, from the day one start, we have launched the zebra crossing from the core town, where we collected few drivers, some few pedestrians. We even distributed brochures. Okay, again, we have raised some banners on the road. Okay, now it's been almost more than 6 months, so we have another about 4 months.
After that, you will start.
Yes, we'll do that definitely.
Well.
Yes,
So, sir, with increasing number of vehicles, do you have any plans to come up with over skywalk for the safety of the pedestrians?
We have raised that issue in the stakeholders meeting. That's up to Thomde and RST to decide on this alternative crossings more. What we can see, and if you go by rule, the zebra crossing champion, that we are doing that. And yes, some people are saying there are too many zebra crossings in the town and it's queuing up vehicles. But our concern as a traffic policeman, our concern is public safety. We give priority to traffic and public safety. So we don't really care much about the people, allegations of people. Some day they are saying not too many zebra crossings in the town, no, they're queuing up the cars, develop. But our intention is very clear. We want to consider the public safety.
So, sir, have you recorded any accidents like car hitting pedestrian on zebra crossing after the implementation of the zebra crossing rules in Thimphu, sir?
So initially, after introduction of this zebra crossing, there were 1-2 cases. One case happened on just day before. It was in the evening set in Chinatown. So we could locate, apprehend the driver, also suspect driver. It was a hit and run. One child was knocked on the zebra crossing. So later, after 2 hours, we managed to arrest him. So he's in our custody.
Sir, your message, the last message to those pedestrians as well as the drivers when it comes to traffic rules?
Yes, to the pedestrians, now it's been almost a year. From November 5th, we are going to impose a penalty on pedestrians also. Now, as a pedestrian, if you're a pedestrian, they have to use the zebra crossing if there's zebra crossing nearby. So if there's no zebra crossing, then they should look left and right to see the vehicle coming. Okay, then they can cross. If there's no vehicle coming from either direction, they can cross the road. But if there's zebra crossing, they should encourage them to use the zebra crossing. And to the motorists, now zebra crossings are for pedestrians. Pedestrians will have a right to way. The moment they approach the zebra crossing, they should slow down. They should ensure that there are no pedestrians intending to cross the road. That's my message.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
You have been listening to Topical Tuesday on BBS Radio. I'm Tshering Wangmo and thank you for listening.